All right, what's going on, beautiful people? It's the NS9 Postgame show powered by Primanti Brothers. I'm Tyler. With me is Ryan. Ryan, we don't get to do this too often, but me and you together. And the Pirates throw up a complete clunker of a game. Lose this one 10-4 to the Yankees. Ryan, what's going on, my man?
Tyler, my name is Ryan Alexander, and I'm here. I am a Pirates fan.
Yeah.
I just have to admit it. You have to get out of the denial stage. But I got my Guinness poured, Tyler, because Lord knows I need it for a game like this. And the Pirates are 2-7. The season feels pretty much over. And I don't know, man. The fans are angry, apathetic. I don't know where you at.
Angry, apathetic. I think that's where I'm at myself. Again, the Pirates dropped this one 10-4 to the Yankees. I'm almost speechless at this point, man. This is almost as bad as it gets. And maybe it's just because it's so early in the year that it feels like the sky is falling on us. But this is bad. Like, this is really bad baseball.
Yep. And I mean, look, they played the Yankees. Are the Yankees even playing the same game that the Pirates are playing? Because it sure doesn't look like it. The Pirates finally get a glimpse of hope. They get a lead in the bottom of the fourth. What do we have that lead for? 5 minutes? A good 5 minutes, maybe? And the Yankees put up a 6 spot, and that was pretty much it. The Yankees just they're playing at baseball on a different level than most teams. But the Pirates, as constructed, look, they didn't look good against the Marlins. The pitching looked pretty good against the Marlins, starting pitching. But against a normal team, and especially against the Yankees, it's just you can't do half the stuff they do. Give extra outs and boot a ball here and there, and then just it's brutal. So I don't even know where you want to start with this one, but
we'll get into the game here, but the Pirates are now 2-7, so we are 9 games in. The second home game of the year. And there are two fellas in this lineup today by the name of Alexander Canario and Emmanuel Valdez. We are in year 6 of Ben Cherington. Year 6. Alexander Canario and Emmanuel Valdez are in the starting lineup. What the hell are we doing here? This is absolutely pathetic. And Valdez did have a 2-run double today. Good at bat there, but and Jim's going to go ahead and correct my pronunciation. I don't care. He's not worth me learning his name. Plain and simple, he's not.
Right.
But, man, we are in year 6 of this thing, and these are the dudes in the lineup. What are we doing?
I know. And not only top of that, you got Adam Frazier leading off at his age, which is mind-blowing. And then Hayes is your cleanup hitter, which I remark, Hayes, another 2 hits today. Like, he's been, I guess he's the best option for a cleanup hitter at this point. But basically, like, besides Reynolds, Cruz, and Hayes at 2, 3, 4, once you get past that in the lineup, it's game over. Like, what else? There's this offense. It's just not there. It's just not this whole roster constructed. It's a hodgepodge of nothingness, as we said. And with the home opener yesterday, obviously they lost that game. They lost this one 10-4. I think yesterday was 9-4. Mm-hmm. It's 9 games in, but I've never seen it this bad. Like, it's at this point, it's season over in my mind, which is absurd because it's the first week and a half of the season. But I don't know how this team hits. I don't know how this team constructs a bullpen together, unless they sign somebody like Robertson or somebody else. But It's bad when people are waiting on Horowitz to get back in the lineup to be your white knight.
Yeah. We're waiting on a guy we have never seen play baseball in a Pirates uniform.
Yep. Yep.
And who has not had an
And
entire season under his belt as a hitter.
right. He's a wild card at this point. Yeah, he had some promise, but he's not a sure thing by any means. So yeah, it's poor from top to bottom, man. And it's I just kept coming back to it during the game. It's not fun. Like, baseball's supposed to be fun. The team doesn't look like they're having fun. I'm certainly not having fun, Tyler. I don't think many fans are having fun after seeing what went on yesterday. And look, if if they don't like billboards going up to sell the team, they don't like plain banners going around the stadium on their home opener. You don't like Yankee fans showing up with a Skeens jersey and a Yankee Skeens jersey. Change the narrative. There's one thing you can do. There's one man that can change the narrative. So if you don't like it, change the narrative. Go, hold somebody accountable. Go hire somebody that knows what they're doing. Go sign or require somebody that knows what they're doing, and win and change the narrative. That's the only way this thing is going to turn around. But as we saw from yesterday, I just don't think the people in charge care.
Yeah, plain and simple. It's April. What is it? April 5th. Okay, I had to look again. These eyes aren't what they used to be, but April 5th. And my God, I don't think I've ever been this discouraged by the Pirates on April 5th in my life. Like, at least in prior years, there was some sort of hope still. Like, I don't see it with them. It's bad right now. And I don't want to make this a complete complaint-a-thon, but we'll talk about the game here. Actually, Ryan, let's go ahead and get into this bad boy.
Let's go.
Bailey Falter gets a start on the mound here. I like Bailey Falter, but he's just a competent major league pitcher. He's nothing special. He's going to go ahead and give you some quality innings here and there. I think last year he showed a lot more than I ever hoped he would do.
Right.
But in all reality here, we're talking about a guy who does not miss bats. He can't miss bats. So Falter today, he gives up 7 runs. He somehow lasts 4 innings, I guess, but 7 runs in 4 innings. The Yankees, they are swinging the bat as well as anyone I've ever seen right now. Did we see anything of promise from Falter today?
I mean, I thought he started out and wasn't too bad. Look, you see Bailey Falter pitching against the Yankees, and you're like, I know how this is going to go, because, like you said, he doesn't miss bats. He's it's just he's not throwing he's not throwing 100 miles an hour or close to it. Like, it's just Bailey Falter, like you said. He's a competent major league arm, but against the Yankees lineup where you need to miss bats, it's just. He held it together for a little while. He was efficient in the first, third, and fourth innings. Gave up a run in the second, had a high pitch count in that inning, and then things went haywire in the fifth for him. And it's just, you can keep the Yankees lineup down for a little bit, but he wasn't fooling anybody in that fifth inning, and just got into trouble. Trent Grisham, good Lord, has like unbelievable numbers on him for his career, and added 2 more home runs today. Besides the Grisham at bats, I guess Falter didn't pitch that poorly, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, I thought, like, for the most part, he was okay. It's just, even that Grisham, the second home run he hit, he just kind of flicked his wrists, and I don't know how that ball got out, man.
Yeah. Torpedo bat, Tyler.
You know what, man? I'm calling it. The Yankees are cheating. They are completely cheating. Screw the torpedo bats. They're cheating.
And they don't even need to. That's what cracks me up.
We have to ban them.
That's what cracks me up about baseball right now. You have smart teams that can spend forever doing things like, hey, let's get this MIT guy out here and create a new bat, and we'll use it, and we'll hit more home runs. Like the Yankees, no, like it needs to be like, the Pirates and the Rays and the Royals that are doing stuff like that. No, it's the Yankees and Dodgers and stuff. Yeah, they're the ones coming up with this stuff. So, like, they just didn't need it. But yeah, here we are. Torpedo bats, which I don't know. If it catches on, and it's just they're just gonna end up, I don't know. I think MLB would just end up banning it, but after, it's approved right now, but we'll see. But yeah, they didn't need it. But like you said, you can only keep the lineup down for so long. Falter did his best that he can, given with what he has, and it wasn't good enough at the end of the day. And hey, the Pirates scored 4 runs, which is nice and all, but with the Yankees, it's you kind of need 8, 9, today 11. So it's just not good enough. Not good
No,
enough.
absolutely not. Yeah, I mean, I thought Falter was Falter. Like, I don't have another way to put it. He was just a
It's him.
fine major league pitcher, and Jim mentioned it here in the comments. It was just a really bad matchup for him.
Yep.
I think anybody looking at this game, like if you're a gambler, you look at this thing, you probably bet heavy Yankees here tonight. Falter just can't miss
Guilty
bats.
as charged.
Yeah.
Guilty as charged.
No weak contact, just honestly not good. I mean, I guess the one positive is that the fielding wasn't completely atrocious by the Pirates today because the ball went out of the park and there wasn't much to screw up.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Considering we have guys like what was it, Valdez at first base, and guys that really,
Yeah.
it's all over. But like you said, the defense didn't really. Defense wasn't the reason why they lost today, but it hasn't been good this year. So let's talk about the fifth inning.
Yeah.
So the Pirates take a lead, brief as it was.
Yeah.
Falter obviously gives it back. There's, once again, Shelton keeps Falter in there probably like 1 or 2 batters longer than he needed to. Falter exits the game with 2 on. The first guy that, we're coming off an off day, off of a Paul Skeens start. The bullpen's fresh for the most part. Who does Derek Shelton signal to bring in right off the bat to face Aaron Judge? Colin Holderman.
I want to say the F word really bad.
That's the guy that Shelton said, yeah, I need him to go after Judge right now. So Holderman comes in. I'm expecting like a 400 and some feet home run. And no, Holderman made it real quick and easy, just hit him in the arm. Judge comes on, and then I don't even know who was it that had the base clearing double. I'm like,
Volpe,
yeah.
Yeah, it was Volpe.
He comes up, base clearing double. That was after he got Jazz. He struck out Jazz Chisholm, so I'll give him that. But I understand you don't have many options in this bullpen and what to go to next. But like that was the game right there. At that point in time, like you need to get out of that. You had a lead. You're 1 run down. You need to get out of that. You need to get Falter out of there probably sooner than he did. And then Holderman. I mean, put Santana in at that point. If you're going with the righty, then just put Santana in, because that's the game. That's the game right there. You can't give up any more runs. So Holderman comes in and does what he does. And, people, we're not surprised at this point, but it's just, I don't understand why he just keeps going to Holderman.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some flexibility there by going to Holderman not in the 8th or 9th inning, I guess. But you're also going to Holderman in a relatively high leverage spot in that situation. Colin Holderman has shown you absolutely nothing this year. Colin Holderman is, plain and simple, dog shit. He shouldn't be on this team right now. He is killing them right now. Him, David Bednar, both. I know they took care of Bednar. He's in AAA, but Holderman's got to go too.
Right. That's
he's got to go. Say. Plain and simple, he's got to freaking go.
The accountability was, we sent Bednar to AAA because he's not performing. Holderman hasn't been performing since when? It goes back to last year. Like what?
Since our live podcast.
Yeah. Like what? Where's the accountability there? So, and then he just it's okay. So you're going to keep one of them. That's fine. Like, I mean, that's fine. You sent Bednar down. You want to send a message, whatever.
Send another.
But you're right. Send another. Or even if you kept Bednar up here and you sent Holderman down, I would have, my first step would have been just pulling Bednar out of like the high leverage spot. Like just get him out of the closer's role or whatever you have him in, and then see what happens. But hey, you want to send him to AAA, fine. But Holderman, like you said, should be there as well. But he shouldn't be in these high leverage situations. Like just put him in mop up duty at this point. Or if you're going to keep him and you don't want to DFA him, you don't want to send him to AAA, just put him in mop up duty. I don't care who you bring out, Santana, Barucki, whoever. just put somebody else out there. Stop bringing in Holderman. Holderman comes in, like Jim just said here in the comments, 3 batters later, the game's over. Ball game's over. Yankees got 8 runs. We ain't coming back from that. Good Lord, we barely scored 4. So we ain't scoring 8 or 9 or 10. So
How
yeah,
many
the ball
times do we
game
have
was
to do
over.
this?
Yep,
How
ball game
many
was over.
times do we have to go through either Bednar or Holderman coming into a baseball game, and it's out of reach?
Yep, quickly.
It's uncompetitive. It is as uncompetitive as the Pirates are at the plate right now. And you mentioned bringing in Holderman in mop-up duty. You know what they did in mop-up duty when they're down 10-4? They bring in Dennis Santana, because why not just burn his arm up for no reason?
So
Like
now
you know what?
pitched
Let's
him a
not
game.
work through anything. Let's not let anyone else work through anything. Let's bring in Dennis Santana right now. One of our few relievers who, yes, he struggled the last couple outings, but he's one of the few guys you have somewhat confidence in. Nah, let's burn him up in a 10-4 game.
Yep.
And then if he has to pitch again tomorrow, if you're somehow leading, guess who's down for a day?
Right.
Because we just wanted to use him just for fun. Because why not? Because we have no idea how to do anything with a bullpen.
Paul's right in the comments. Shelton doesn't learn. He doesn't learn. It's the same thing. Like you said, they're going to hold Santana for later in the game when we have a lead. The game's over. Holderman gave it up. Like, it's gone. So now you're down 10-4. And like you said, you bring in Santana, and now he just gets a mop-up inning. And I'm telling you, man, we've seen this way too many times from Shelton and this team. It's just stop pitching Holderman into close game with a 1-run lead or down 1 or 2. Stop pitching him in these high leverage spots. And if you're you might as well go with Santana there. If he's your best arm out of the pen at this point, just throw him then. Don't throw him in a mop-up role when you're down 10-4.
Because what happens if you're winning tomorrow? You have to use Santana. And then what happens on Monday if you're in a close game? Now Santana's down because he's not going to pitch 3 days in a row. Because you wanted to burn him in a damn mop-up duty spot against the Yankees. This team's so freaking stupid, it's not even funny.
People question. I kind of wanted to bring this up too. I saw a lot of the team looks like they're not trying, or people were saying on Twitter like they don't look like they don't want to play for Shelton. I don't like calling guys out for I don't know. I don't know if what I don't want to say that they're not trying or whatever. But I just don't think they're any good. Like, they don't look like they're trying because they're not really that good. Yeah. And yes, they kind of lack emotion for the most part. And our manager definitely lacks emotion through most of his career. But yeah, I just don't think they're very good. And then you said they're dumb on the side of it. They don't have any fundamentals. They lack talent, and they're stupid. It's just a trifecta of bad. And
I don't think there's any more example of not being talented enough other than today. Like Bailey Falter, he just can't compete with a team like that. He can do what he wants there, but he's just not good enough to get that version of the New York Yankees out.
Yep. And tomorrow, Andrew Haney, it's just, it's just, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we talked a good bit about the pitching there. Let's jump over to the hitting. Did you see anything that gave you the maybe slightest bit of encouragement out of this lineup today? Because I sure as hell didn't.
So, O'Neal Cruz is locked in. He's looking really good. He had a great at bat to start. I think that was his first at bat of the game with Stroman. Ends up doubling. He walks later, didn't steal a base, which was kind of surprising because he's had like a stolen base every game this year. Cruz is locked in. He's just,
he is. And
it's a shame that there's really nobody else in this lineup to even protect him. Like, I can't believe he even sees pitches to hit at this point. Like, if I was Stroman, I'd have just walked him at that point in that 11, 12 pitch at bat or whatever it was. Hayes, like Donardo mentioned earlier, I think on Twitter about Hayes, the numbers really haven't been showing up for him, but he has had encouraging at bats. And I agree with that. Today he had 2 hits, had a double, so I think those, like I said, 2, 3, 4, besides Reynolds, Cruz, and Hayes, and Reynolds didn't have a good game, but Reynolds is a good hitter. that we've seen in his career. But besides that 2-3-4, there's nothing, man. There's nothing. You have McCutchen, 3 hits yesterday, plays the field. He didn't play for like 2 or 3 days because they were DHing Reynolds, obviously, because now Reynolds can't throw the ball. So they finally put McCutchen in the field. He has a good game, and they sit him. Now, I don't know, his career numbers against Stroman. He's 3 for 17 in his career against Stroman. So I don't know if Shelton's pulling that out to be like, hey, let me sit him. But I mean, would you rather have a McCutchen against the bad numbers against Stroman, or would you rather have Valdez or Canario or whoever the heck else? Like, I'd rather have McCutchen there. So
you're telling me you don't want Canario in the lineup? Come on, Ryan.
No.
You don't want to see Alexander Canario hit a baseball?
No.
Because he doesn't do that very often.
He had a terrible at bat in that.
It's because he's a terrible baseball player that shouldn't be in the major leagues.
Imagine that.
This isn't that difficult. Stop signing players that suck. And maybe you won't suck. This isn't hard. Beyond that, yes. Like, I do think Brian Hayes had a good day at the plate. I've liked everything I've seen out of O'Neal Cruz lately. O'Neal Cruz actually is completely locked in at the plate. His at-bats are fantastic right now. And
I know lefties too. He's playing well against lefties.
And I'm going to say it again. I know like there's some at-bats that don't look great, but I still like a lot of what I see out of Jack Sawinski. I like the at-bats he's kind of putting together. I like him more than I'd see out of Tommy Pham.
Well,
I'm gonna see what happens with Jack Sawinski. I'm gonna keep giving him at-bats every day. At least some of them are competitive, I guess. And maybe the bar's just so low for me right now and I'm squinting so hard, I just want to see something out of him. Maybe that's what it is. But I think there's still something there with him. But
I'm tired of squinting. I just want to see talent in production.
Yeah. Can
we get past the squinting? Sawinski had a hot spring. He's obviously cooled down, but like I said, Sawinski's not the problem. I mean, you might as well just keep running him out there. Let him see what you got with him.
Yeah.
This lineup, this isn't encouraging because like basically Cruz and Hayes are the only encouraging marks. Somebody that's really disappointed me to start this year that I was kind of high on is Endy. He just hasn't done anything with the bat this year. Yeah, and I really thought coming into this year, he was starting to show some glimpses in spring. I just really thought we'd see a lot more from him, and we haven't. He's been a big disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, we're not seeing him barrel anything right now. The game just looks a little bit too fast for him right now, I think.
Yeah.
There are times
I don't know if that's just coming off the injury or what.
Yeah, but I think we saw it here and there. His call up his rookie year, where the game looked a little bit too quick for him. We're not seeing him barrel up baseballs. We see it sometimes behind the plate. I love the athleticism behind the plate. I think he's really quick back there. I think he could be really good. He's got to hit baseballs. He's got to find a barrel. Yep. He's not doing it right now. And if he's not doing it, he can't be up here because if he's going to play first base, you'd need a dude that can hit a baseball. He's not doing it.
Yep.
So I don't know how much longer that leash can go on Endy. Maybe another couple weeks, but if this continues, he's going to have to go back down because you just can't have that guy in the lineup, and especially with a guy that you still have some hopes for.
Right.
He's got to get regular at bats somewhere and actually produce.
Yeah. And I mean, if he's not producing and he just keeps struggling like this, then I mean, Henry Davis is down there where you can give him another shot and hopefully see something from one of these guys that hit. Hopefully,
that
was pretty much it from the lineup, man.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan, worst case scenario, like if you have to send Endy down, you can call up Jason DeLay. Oh, never mind, we have Alexander Canario now. So,
yeah. Where have you gone, Jason DeLay?
Yeah, that's cool. We don't need a backup catcher because our backup catcher's hitting the ball so well right now.
Yep. And then so Stroman exits the game. Here's the Pirates' numbers against the Yankees bullpen today. So obviously the game was over once Holderman did his stuff. But the Yankees bullpen, 5 innings, we had 1 hit, 2 walks, struck out 7 times against the Yankees bullpen to end that game. So that was just the let's get these at bats through, get out of here. This game's over. And that's it. So I don't know, man. It's Yankees will be going for the sweep tomorrow. And sorry, Amanda.
Yeah, I know. I feel so bad, guys. Like, I don't want to be this negative. I
It
don't
is
want to be this
depressing.
person.
So here's the thing I wanted to bring up, Tyler. We mentioned about the fans kind of look, we saw the home opener yesterday, people chanting sell the team, people are nuttings walking through the rotunda and people are yelling at them.
Mhm.
It was ugly. And it's all, I'm not blaming the fans. It was all just, it's right. It's just, trust me, like it's justified. Um, but like, in business, Tyler, like, this, like you have your fans and you have your
Mhm.
haters, and haters, they might leave you a bad review or whatnot, but you want those bad reviews and you want those
Mhm.
haters, because at least they're showing enough to go on there and posting something to say they care enough to say, hey, you screwed up in this spot. At this point, like I'm over yelling and screaming about this team. Like I feel like the fans are becoming, there's a lot of apathy here. Like they're just and it's just that's when it gets bad news, I think, for the team, because if the fans don't care at all, and I've heard from a lot of my friends and people that I know, in my town up in Elwood City, like that just they're not even going to games. They're like, I'm done. I barely watch them. I'm not going to any games this year. And it's just that's where we're at. And
Mhm.
the Pirates, I mean, it was so simple, Tyler. The Pirates they could have taken this city over but they could have taken this city over. You have the Penguins, who are aging. They have a long rebuild staring them in the face. They're going nowhere. The Steelers don't have a quarterback. They're stuck in mediocrity. The Pirates had a golden opportunity here to take this city by storm. And all they had to do was like sign a guy or two that like a legit bat, maybe go make a trade for a legit bat and not a Horowitz who was cheap and a wild card. And hey, he might be a 30 home run guy. We don't know. They just and instead of that, instead of taking the city by storm and taking it over, we had what we saw yesterday. People yelling at the owner on the rotunda, people buying plain banners that say sell the team. It's just they completely dropped the ball this offseason. And it's pretty much this whole rebuild, but really this offseason. You have the best player pretty much in the world on the pitching side of things making nothing. He's making league minimum. And you can't do anything with it. You can't build a team around him.
Yeah, I mean, just a touch of urgency would have been great. Like, maybe anything other than kicking the can down the road, because that's exactly what they did. They kicked it down the road again the next year, and they're gonna pretend like next year's the year we're going to try to win, and instead, we got Spencer Horwitz, who, might be an okay baseball player, I don't know. Couldn't tell you, haven't seen him play. And then, what else you got? Nothing. And
Yeah.
what else you do? You fired your hitting coach, who should have been fired 2 damn years ago. What about the manager that hasn't done a damn thing? And,
Dude, Derek
truthfully,
Shelton is
it's
124 games under 500. In any other organization, he wouldn't be here in year 6.
nope, nope, sure wouldn't. But instead, we're gonna keep trotting him out there. What is it going to take? How much more do they need to see here?
Well, that's what I'm interested to find out, because I kind of want to see. And look, they got the Yankees tomorrow, Cardinals coming up. Like, I
This
kind
could
of
get
want to
ugly.
see. I want to see how bad it would get for them to actually do something. And I'm not saying firing Shelton's the answer. Like, oh,
No.
that's gonna solve every problem. But what kind of accountability does it show when they just keep him there? He's 120 some games under 500 as a manager. He's still here. What kind of accountability and message does that send to your team that he's still out there? That hey, anything with status quo. It's the standard is the standard, as Tom would say. We're just going to keep rolling with what we got. There's no accountability. Keep going up there and going 0 for 3, 0 for 4. No big deal. And that's it. And we'll just keep rolling with the same stuff. So I just I don't, I don't understand what that can't send a good message to the players and the team.
Sure can't. And a standard is a standard, and a standard is being a very bad baseball team. So at least they're staying consistent with that, being complete dog shit.
Right.
Good job, fellas. You got any last words here, Ryan?
No, I'm laughing at Jim's comment in the chat.
I know.
I don't even want to say it, but if you're in the chat, you can see that one. That was a good one, Jim.
It was.
But yeah, man, year 6, like we got to do something. Whether it's fire Ben Sherrington, fire them both, fire everybody, fire Shelton. Just do something. Do something to show that you care and that you're awake. Like you're awake. As I was saying when Falter was putting guys on in the 5th, like wake up, Derek Shelton. This is the time you're supposed to, walk out here and do something, earn a paycheck or do something. But yeah, here we are.
Just pretend to care a little bit, please.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Just even pretend. That's all I ask. Pretend like winning actually matters around here. That'd be great. Whatever.
Well, Bob Nutting said it did yesterday, so it has to.
Wow.
They're laser focused. Did they look laser focused to you?
Guess what, Bobo? Time to can some fellas.
Again, yeah.
Well,
but yeah, I got nothing else.
All right. Well, we'll be back with you tomorrow. Hopefully giving out some sandwiches. If it looks like it does today, we won't be, but you never know. Tomorrow's a new day.
We were supposed to double the sandwiches, but the Pirates might lose 20 more games. We might not end up doubling them.
Yeah. Primanti's making out like a bandit here. All right, let's get out of here, Ryan. I'll be back tomorrow. I think I'm with Donardo. Heaney on the mound, 135 start, I believe.
Sure.
Sounds right.
Yep.
We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with a win, hopefully in a better mood. We're out of here. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
See you.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.